Hey guys, what's up? It's Mohit from Project Perfumery India here with another video. First of all, thanks a lot for giving tremendous response on live sale. And this was something ever happening on YouTube for first time, especially in fragrances. I'm not sure about other products, but yes, you guys are awesome. We'll keep doing such crazy stuff, and I'm sure you guys will be up for it anytime. Now, coming to the video, this is one of my favorite genre, leather. Coming to leather, leather is something which is dark, mysterious, and not very common, especially in India when it comes for leather fragrances. Now, where the whole inspiration comes now. I did a video one and a half year back. It was just unboxing Pure Distance M. The perfumer is Rosa Dow, so that is one perfume which is one of the most masculine genre or the perfume which I have came across. One of the most masculine. Imagine the burnout, the leather jacket, long road, Harley Davidson. That is what leather genre is for me. My favorite being pure leather from Thierry Mugler, Amen. And I don't have a bottle. I've been hunting for it. So anyone, if you have a bottle of pure leather and if you want to send me across, please do that. I'm gonna swap it for any niche leather fragrance. Not Pure Distance, but probably anything from Memo. Right? Let's get started. So the first fragrance we are featuring on this video, we call it Baap of Tuscan leather. For those guys who are not from India, it's a father of Tuscan leather. Why I say father of Tuscan leather? Because it is much more potent than what you get currently as Tuscan leather, because it has been reformed, watered down, whatsoever. But yes, that doesn't give like more than 5-6 hours. Yeah. Some people love Tuscan leather. With due respect, of course, this is for people who can't spend 18,000 or 26,000 or 26,000 in store for 100 ml Tuscan leather. 18,000 is otherwise the online pricing. So this is for them, and which is 95% of our audience who will agree that this fragrance is Baap of Tuscan leather. So I'll go with the majority here. First one is Baap of Tuscan leather and our video feature. Now if you guys see the best clone of or alternative, now guys, we are not using this word clone again and again. We have a word called alternative, right? We will be using that. Now, La Yuquam was #1 alternative to Tuscan leather so far. Why? It has, the older Tuscan leather had this raspberry note, and most of the people who have tried older notes would agree. The raspberry note is something which gives it the performance, that gives it the mystery, and this is called Arab Tradition by Nabeel. Now guys, this one is very hard to find. This is very expensive, but it's a very small house out of Dubai who create very limited quantities, limited production. Now these guys had it in a white bottle. Somehow they discontinued, or maybe they halted for a while. And after that, it was not to be seen anywhere in 1.5-2 years. Now this has been requested by one of the smartest guys. These guys are in India, but they work in Dubai, and they know us. They have shifted back to India, and at least 8 of such guys who are from India, they have lived in Dubai or still working in Dubai, are the one who have asked me for this. So guys, those guys are one of the smartest guys I know, right? So they approve of it. I approve of it. Anyone feels that I made a false promise that this is Baap of Tuscan leather, it is similar to La Yuquam. Yeah, coming to La Yuquam versus Arab Tradition. This one is as good as La Yuquam, right? And in fact, this gives me an extra hour more than La Yuquam, where La Yuquam cost around 5,000 rupees. This one costs the half, 2,500 rupees, right? It's the India price, because the way Dubai it's even cheaper. The way I picked this up, as I said, this is a hard to find fragrance. I visited 5-6 of different stores. Somewhere I could find 1 bottle, somewhere I could find 8 bottles, somewhere I could find 10 bottles, or somewhere I could find 12. Now 12 and plus is considered wholesale, 12, 24, 48, 96 and so on. But nowhere I could find that price. So that's why pricing is a bit higher, but it's still worth it. It's still worth every drop. This is Tuscan leather amped up with raspberry. So if you want 2012, 2010 Tuscan leather, and of course that is, you can't find it anywhere. Even if you're looking for decant, it's gonna cost a bomb. This is the right thing, and in winter it's gonna work like charm. We have somewhere about 11 bottles left, and after that we would be getting it for sure. But 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there's ready to ship right now. We'll deliver it in 48. We'll ship it in 48 hours basically. This is called Arab Tradition by Nabeel. Best alternate to Tuscan leather, aka Baap of Tuscan leather, right? Moving on, next one. Now, our next feature video will be not one, not two, not three, but 4 fragrances because they're from the same house. Our next feature fragrances. So this video is basically about Nabeel, Arab tradition, and this range, which covers all of your leather craving. All of your leather craving is covered here. First one is Italy. Now, this house is from Dubai. There is no brand to it because they contract manufactured it for someone. I was able to get hold of 12 each. This is called Italy. This is Italian leather by Memo. Now, this is 50 ml bottle. This is like 90%, 95% close to Italian leather. This gives me good 7-8 hours. For the price, I'm going to reveal the price at the end of the video. For the price, it's absolutely worth it. Coming to closeness, this one is, I would say, 95% close to Italian leather. Italian leather, coming to Italian leather, is leather with very herbal tomato leaf kind of opening. Very like, imagine there is tomato soup with oregano topping on it, and you take the first sniff as it's served hot. That herbal vibe, along with leather, one of the most masculine leather scents I've smelled after Tuscan leather. It's called Italian leather by Unknown House. It's an alternative. They have, they haven't copied the entire presentation, but they did a similar pattern. I'm going to show you the original Italian leather now. So, this is how. Alright, I'm just setting up my display for a minute. Right, perfect. So now, this bottle looks like pretty close. This is Italian leather by Memo. It's 75 ml. This comes in 50 ml. Though they are not making a grand presentation here, but they are making a very economical. They are not. They are giving a smell, a look, feel like how other Memo bottles are. But they're still very different because it's a paper label. So I won't say it's at all close to Italian leather in terms of presentation. It's just the sticker. You peel it off and it barely has any presentation basically. This is a sticker, you take it off and you have a plain brown bottle which is like a decant, right? This is Italy, which is very close to Memo Italian leather. Moving up to next one is so this one is second most popular Memo alternative of Memo. This is called Africa, which is very close to African leather by Memo. Now coming to the description, this is more of like spicy leather. Imagine a clubbing fragrance or an evening fragrance which has this sharp spicy vibe which will definitely get you noticed. At the same time, it has a very luxurious smelling leather in it. African leather, probably I rate Italian leather number 1 in the Memo Italian series, but the leather series, but some people go for this one because this is more of the safer leather scent. One of the more spice bomb with leather. Spice bomb has leather too. So Man in Black has leather. So spice bomb with more and more leather is what will give you African leather. That's a very vague description for people who have smelt Spice Bomb, Bulgari, Man in Black. They could relate to it. It's a similar genre but with more natural, more realistic, more niche leather to it. This is Africa 50 ml and it's alternate to African leather by Memo. Next up is something which is probably I don't have the. How's that possible? That I don't have a bottle of anything, and we have most of the brands we carry. So this is called France, which is nothing but Memo French leather. See, these are no brand basically. We do have it. There's no brand to it. Somebody made it for someone, and we were lucky enough to get some. Somebody showed me as samples, and I loved them, so I picked up all the samples we have. This one is more on the unisex side. In fact, the women will love it more. They will love it more because this is more of citrus with soot leather, not like black leathery leather, but more of a soot leather. And this is very citrus, very sharp citrus. At first sniff itself, this is gonna give you this kick of wow, a luxurious smelling citrus along with soot leather. Trust me guys, I was hooked to this one to a level where I finished Cure de Francias by Dua. Duas are pretty potent with 30-35% concentration, and they give good 12-15 hours. This gives me 6-7 hours, 8 hours in fact. That is what Dua Cure de Francias, because this is not very popular among masses, because probably because Italian and African are more popular. But this one is something, once you are hooked to it, you will never leave this for next 3 months. This is what you're going to use maximum for next 3 months. That's my guarantee. I have seen it. It has happened with me as well. And now we're gonna have a new system. If I approve of any fragrance, that will be by default covered into our open exchange policy. I say Arab tradition by Nabeel is approved by me. That means if you see I have given you some misinformation, or more than that, there are different noses, different skins, it doesn't goes well with you, and this is something which is in demand. So I don't mind taking it back if you're not happy with it. Probably somebody else would be looking for it. So if I say any fragrance is approved by me, that means we have an open exchange policy applicable for it. Right guys, this is France or French leather alternative, and this is also approved by me. Now going to next one, this is called Ireland. So basically this is very close to Irish leather. It's Irish leather by Memo Alternative. Now this does give a slight herbal vibe of Italian leather, but okay, this is very close to Italian leather. So I think both are redundant. If you have Italian leather, you don't need to go for Irish leather. But if you don't have Italian leather, and if you want to make a choice between Italian and Irish, I'll say go for Irish, or Ireland or Irish leather, because that is one which is more refined version of Italian leather. Where Italian leather is right on your face, this ain't on your face, but it's much more refined. Otherwise, from first note itself, it gives me vibe of Italian leather. Now, this was the popularity. Italian leather probably was the first one to get popular. Then came the African leather, French leather, and then came the Irish leather. But I prefer Irish leather more than Italian leather. Now, coming to the latest release. This is not about alternative. We're talking about Memo. This is called Moroccan leather. Moroccan leather. This is a new launch. I don't think you would have seen it much of the stores. So this one I picked up from my recent trip to Dubai. I bought it retail just because I wanted to cover it on YouTube, so that it's first time on YouTube, Moroccan leather. Coming to the fragrance, this one reminds me again of Irish and Italian. So this is again a redundant one. But if you don't have Italian leather, if you don't have Irish leather, and you're planning to buy a Memo, this would be a good option. This is it's like more mix of Italian and African leather. So all these fragrances are very similar, like at least 80% similar. Italian leather, Irish leather, Moroccan leather. Any one you buy, you don't have to pick up another one. That's what I would suggest. Then comes the French leather. That is the most unique. The first three I said are very close to each other. This one is most unique, that is French leather. Then comes African leather, which is more for the younger guys who are looking for a party, clubbing, evening, outgoing fragrance. At the same time, it should smell very rich, very opulent, and very niche. Go for our African leather. So that's it about my leather special video. Though the video was supposed to be only dedicated to Baap of Tuscan leather, Arab tradition by Nabeel. I'll be putting decants also on sale for this one. And guys, this one ships, if you order it, this one ships on Monday. Or if you order before first half tomorrow or today, we're gonna ship it today itself. Coming to the 4 alternatives of Memo, I have 2-3 each right now. So I'm getting 12 in total. I'll be able to ship it only after 5th of November, and as you know, 6th, 7th are mostly off in India, even 8th. So yes, if you're ordering one of the Memo alternatives, please be prepared to get it delivered by 12 to 15 November. I'll be mentioning it on the description page as well. I'm putting links in the section below. If you want to try out Discovery set, I'm putting a link to buying sample set as well. Right guys, it's Mohit from Perfumery India signing off. And this Sunday we are going live again, and this time we're gonna be prepared, much better prepared to do your orders, and it's gonna be amazing, guys. Live sale, we have decided. Once we do live sale, we're not gonna publish it. We're just gonna be live, finish with the sale, and remove the video. We wanna maintain that exclusivity. Right guys, it's Mohit from Perfumery India signing off. See ya. Bye bye.